Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Top Rope Zeus, aka Mr. Hump Day Romance, Mr. Live Your Dreams, Not Reality. Make sure you check me out on Queen's Court Season 2. Make sure y'all watch my love story. And listen, I'm out here rocking with Michelle C. and Kandid Kisses TV. Give me some sugar, baby.
It's the Jill of all trades, Michelle C, aka DJ Make a Move. She cute. Your host of Kandid Kisses TV, everywhere you need to be. And if you don't know by now, it's not your typical interview, y'all.
Kandid Kisses blown away. Kandid Kisses TV for tomorrow today. Man, throw that auto-tune on that bitch. Have you sound like Teddy Payne.
Hi there, this is Kim Cole, and you are rocking with Kandid Kisses TV.
It's your boy Talent, baby. Michelle and Kandid Kisses TV. With my girl Michelle C. Don't take it personal.
What up, Kiss fam? It is your girl, Michelle C, the only Michelle C, and I'm back with another banger. Now, first and foremost, you know what I got to do each and every time. Got to threaten you a little bit. Subscribe now. I'm going to tell you, mama, act like she don't raise you right. And I'm so serious about my subscriptions, I'm going to let my Aquarius sisters let you really know how I feel about it.
I don't want to fuck nobody up.
No, 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 no.
I don't want to fuck nobody up.
I don't want to fuck nobody else. But I will.
If I have to.
And that's on God, okay? On Big Baby Jesus. You hear me? So now that we got the church announcements over, I am bringing you another dope talent. Let me go ahead and give you his credentials. You may have seen this man on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, creating hilarious content, or most recently on your TV screen on the reality show Queen's Court Season 2. Now, he may not be named Mike, but he is sprinkling magic all over these goddamn screens. You hear me? Give it up for my Top Rope Zeus. Pew, 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 pew.
What's up?
What's going on?
That was a great intro.
Well, thank you.
That was a great intro. I know that was Jennifer Lewis in the clip before. Was that Celie from The Color Purple beside her?
You're not gonna do with Brandy. You're not gonna do Brandy like that.
I love Brandy, but the way the light was hitting her braids, it just looked real like, sister.
You know what?
You've been on my. But shout out to them.
There would not be any Aquarius slander on this live. You
hear me? She's an Aquarius? Oh, okay.
Yes, she is. Come on.
How you know I'm not an Aquarius?
That ain't the point.
It kind of is.
I'm just saying we won't be slandering any Aquarius. I'm saying are you an Aquarius?
Not even if you are one?
Are you an Aquarius?
No, but I just wanted to know the rules in case.
Okay. And your sign is?
My sign is a stop sign, usually.
Okay. I'm a guess. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I would say it's either three signs that I would give you just by knowing you. I would say either Libra, Gemini, or maybe Leo. Those are the only things I'm assuming. I don't know if I'm right or not. Maybe Scorpio, but I don't know.
My mom is a Leo.
Okay.
And my birthday is like a few weeks before hers. So I'm a Cancer.
You're a Virgo. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah, Cancer. I'm just not the crybaby one.
Okay. But you are.
I don't like that. I don't like none of that about that. That sounded copacetic. I hear Don't me, Michelle. Don't do that now.
I only know two Cancers, and you one of them. So I can't speak about all of them. I just know the ones I know. I take it back 3. No, wait a minute. No, he was a Taurus. Okay, so no.
Kevin Hart is a Cancer. 50 Cent is a Cancer.
Okay.
These are good Cancer people.
Meaning like I know them personally. I know you.
Oh.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know them in real life. I just know what they do.
You don't know them yet. I mean, you Michelle C. You know everybody. You know what I'm saying? You be knowing everybody.
Well, we finna get into your business just a little bit.
Okay.
Well, first and foremost, when did you know that you wanted to be in the entertainment industry?
2013. when I received my first check from entertainment. And I had like, it came in like a real like blessed time. Like, so I had maybe like $25 in my account, if that, right? And I was going back and forth to the office downtown Norfolk to like, I was working with a production company. So I was kind of like learning content creation back in 2012, 2013, kind of early on before, you know, really took off. And I remember my mom being like, hey, I know you need gas to go to the studio. My mom had a scratch off ticket, you know, lottery, and she had won like $25. So I didn't even have $25 in my account. Actually, the 25 came from her scratch ticket. She was like, look, take this to 7-Eleven, cash out the money, get some gas, and then go and do your thing so you can. I was like, all right, cool. When I was leaving the house to go do that, she said, wait, you got some mail. And I had just did my first national commercials for Geico. And it was this big thing in the area. You know, we didn't get a lot of commercials like that in Norfolk, Virginia. And so I was doing it. And this was around the time that I had just started YouTube. So I started my show, Hump Day Romance. And so I was kind of in the improv kind of energy. So that actually helped me with the commercial. So anyway, I booked the commercial. I went up against every actor in Virginia. White, black, ugly, cute, whatever. I went against everybody. And it was a helicopter role. So like the guys I was going against were these real life helicopter pilots. And I just happened to get the role for whatever reason. So anyway, I was broke and I needed to get to the office downtown Norfolk to go and edit my show.
Okay.
I ain't had no bread. My mom was like, hey, look, I just won $25 off this lottery scratch ticket. Take this, go cash it out, get you some gas. I said, okay. So as I'm leaving, she was like, hey, you got some mail. I was like, all right. And it was one of the checks from the Geico thing. So it came in like, I saw the check and then it had like a bunch of like stubs. You know how they have like the check stubs or whatever? So it was about 6 of those. And the first check was there. And I'm like, yo, it was for, I think it was for maybe like a few $1,000s. And in my time, like I hadn't worked a job that gave you that much money up front. You know, most of the time you get like $1,000, $12,000, something like that. And I was working as a social worker. I was working as a social worker in Norfolk. So I survived. So anyway, my mom see the joint and we like, damn, like, okay, this is pretty good for this commercial because nobody told me how residuals work. So I gave my mom the envelope to throw the stubs away. And she was like, oh yeah, I'll take your head of these stubs. And she was like, looking through the stubs and was like, baby, these not stubs, these are checks. I said, what? The people had sent me like 6 checks because somebody apparently, nobody told me how it worked. So like, it was like backed up money that I was owed.
Okay.
And it had to be maybe like, probably close to like $10,000 in that thing.
Nigga.
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit. And my mom, I shit you not, she grabbed my arm and yanked that motherfucker down on the ground. She was like, hey, come here, let's pray. And we got on one knee. She was like, thank you, God, for this Geico money. We want to bless the gecko for his, we was blessing everybody. And I was like, okay. So I was like, you know, this entertainment thing, I think, you know, I like it. I like it. And clearly I can do something with it. So yeah, that's when I fell in love with entertainment, man. And
did mom also say, because I thought you were going to say she yanked your hand and said, hey, let me get my 25 back. Because I was like, hey, you balling now. Let me get my 25 back, bro.
That'd have been fair. But nah, I broke her off more than 25, so it was cool.
I know that's right. It ain't nothing like they say praying grandmother, but ain't nothing like a praying mama either. Shoot.
Oh man, I got the best praying mother. Like I really couldn't pray for a better mother. Like she has always been selfless. She's always been supportive in anything that I do. You know, and I didn't really put her through hell growing up. Like I ain't have her in the jail. I didn't have, I wasn't out doing stupid shit. She was just like, look, don't get nobody pregnant. Yeah. Just don't get nobody pregnant. And I was too afraid to break her heart. So much so that when I had my actual daughter, I ain't had her till I was around like 29, 30, right?
Okay.
29, 30. Then that's pretty good for a nigga who went to HBCU, went to college, all that. And I was afraid to tell her.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, look, I don't know. It's something about a black mama that'll put that fear of Jesus in you. Because like, now I don't have any kids, but my best friend, which I call it, like, you know how you play cousins or whatever, she got pregnant for the first time. I think she was 28. And she called me first. She was like, what am I gonna tell mom? I said, what you mean? What you gonna tell your mom? She was like, I'm pregnant. Nigga, what am I gonna tell her? I was like, you gonna tell her you pregnant? Bitch, you grown. You don't even live with her no more. Like, what the?
Right.
But she told me never to bring a baby home. I said, well, you ain't bringing her home. You got your own home.
Wait till they,
calm down.
Wait till they get 18. And then
she called her mama crying. And her mama thought her boyfriend put her hands on her. Because the way she was like, Mom, I got something to tell you. She was like, Reggie, get the gun. The nigga done put her hands on her. She was like, no. I'm just pregnant. She was like, oh, bitch, get off my phone.
Like, damn, nigga, I gotta be beating her for the God damn.
She was so funny to me. I said, boy, I tell you, our parents put us through hell. But
yeah.
What's going on, y'all? Look, for those of y'all that don't know, down below of our YouTube page, we got merch. Yes, we got merch. This is one of the new designs. We ain't put that on the website yet, but listen, I'm gonna need for y'all to look at what we already got on there. Make sure you check out our website, KandidKissesTV.com. Come on now, get you some merch, get you a piece. We got some dope merch out there. You know, let me tell you, number one, our number one seller is Stick Lives Matter, because they do. But yeah, right here, you see it? You see it scrolling down? Yeah, all that's us. Go and get you a piece. Because listen, when I tell you it's a head turner, it's definitely a conversation starter. Make sure you get you some merch. Get you a shirt, get you a cup, get you a hoodie. Get what you need to get and get part of the Kiss family. What you doing? Go and click the link. Like today. You, right there. Click the link. Dead for real, show. Now we back into it. So, well, you know what? You spoke about Hump Day Romance. So what was the spawn of that? What made you create that?
So Hump Day Romance is a relationship show that is basically my perspective on my insight and perspective on dating, relationships, and the world. So I kind of bring you into my head and how I observe things when I see people out that are married, single, divorced, just my perspective on those things. And it usually kind of illustrates into like a sketch, which is usually an over exaggeration of how I perceive it in my mind. But sometimes it come out and be pretty kind of funny. So that came from, I was a social worker in the city of Norfolk. And before I got that job, I went through a real bad breakup. Okay. And I broke up with my girlfriend. And, you know, I was young and I loved her. And so when I loved it, I was just like, you know, we got to break up. But anyway, I was hurt. How I'm hurt after a breakup that I initiate. But It'd be like that. So at the time I was kind of like, I don't know what I want to do with my life. I was doing social work in the community and stuff like that. Like I was like helping people who just got out of jail or people who couldn't like read on an adult level. I was helping them gain like career skills. Okay. Kind of like that. And it was cool working with them, but I just felt like this is not where I'm supposed to be type of thing. So anyway, I run into some friends that I used to do production with when I was in school. Like I used to do voiceovers for them. They let me do like an internship. The company's name was Visually Inclined. So I was like, cool. They say, yo, Zeus, we hadn't run into you in a minute. I just broke up. I'm like, you know, with my shorty, some kind of depressed. Like, hey, we having a wine and cheese party. Won't you pull up? I'm like, all right, you know, I'm whining over here anyway. So bring on the cheese. So I pull up and they're talking about conversations, people over there, people having dating conversations. And they asked me about my shit. And I was like, look, y'all, I'm going through a divorce and I ain't never been married. Okay. So this was going on. And once I told them the story, people started laughing and they were intrigued. And so my homegirl at the time, Stephanie, she was like, I got an online women's magazine. Would you like to come on and tell that story onto the women's magazine? I think they would like to hear a man's perspective. I said, okay. And we did, and it did well on her site. And she was like, yo, you should do this again. Let me like on Wednesdays. And, you know, maybe you can call it like, I don't know, Hump Day Romance or something. And I was just like, okay. So I started off on her blog, but then once I kind of got in the groove of what I was doing, I was way too raw for her audience. I think her audience was gonna love it, but she had like a certain brand. So she was like, hey, Zeus, you know, we can't really do it no more on the thing. I said, okay, I understand. I took my talents to South Beach, AKA YouTube. Okay. And that's when the show started doing well. Like 6 months in, I started getting offers from YouTube to be like a partner, and which I didn't know what that meant, but it really was saying, hey, you can get paid for doing this shit. Okay. And I was like, okay, cool. And I just kept doing it, and I came up with like concepts that I wasn't seeing other people doing, and I'm just like, how the fuck am I writing this shit? Because I had never wrote anything like this before. You know what I mean? Like I did one called Stay in Your Lane Insurance, which was like if dating was like car insurance. That was the first sketch I ever wrote. And to this day, it's still like one of my most beloved, favorite, you know, episodes or segments on Hump Day Romance. Then I was like, hoe boot camp. Because I'm like, what happened to the hoes that don't want to be hoes no more? They want to reform. I was like, people, they got rehabilitation for alcohol and drugs while we ain't got it for hoes.
That's a real thing. Because you know how they always say, like, why you want to be a Christian when I get with you? Why you can't still be a
right? Yeah, you know, so it's like,
all the time.
Yeah, so I was like, well, shit, they could go like the whole boot camp and learn how to be not hoes no more. So these are just like funny little concepts. At the time, I was just kind of like, all right, let me just be playful. And it worked. Then I started hitting World Star. I started hitting blog sites. The British Broadcasting, BBC, like they reached out because one of my episodes reached over in the UK. Because I was doing song parodies. I was just doing all the things that I had kind of accumulated from growing up as a kid because I was in a marching band. I've wrestled. I was drum major of my high school. I got a drumline scholarship to go to Norfolk State College. Yeah, so I was stepmaster back in for the Alphas in college. So like creating choreography and live performing, I was doing that. So I was like, okay, God, I see what you're doing. So anyway, I started doing it. It took off, and it's been literally, I feel like what has propelled me to, the things I've done.
Let me ask you this. Okay, now you got the hoe reform. What about the ones that ain't never been hoes? What we got?
Your dignity. Your self-respect. You have tight yannis. I don't know.
You gotta give us a platform too. Like shit, you know what? Because I ain't gonna. The one song that I love by Jasmine Sullivan, she be like, "Why hoes be winning?" Because it's like really, you've been raised by that good mother that tell you don't be a hoe, keep your dress down, and you do all that, but these hoes still be winning.
You know what? You know what that's equivalent to? How y'all like bad boys, but you walk over the good nigga that got the flowers with the bow tie, and he trying to do that shit since a kid. He like, hey, I love you, Michelle C. I bought you an ice cream cone. Like, get the fuck out of here, Jeffrey. I want to fuck with Rodney. Rodney ass can't even spell ice cream, but you want to fuck with Rodney.
First of all, you don't know my life. I don't know. You may have a point, you may not. The world will never.
Kandid Kisses TV is brought to you by Kissable Lips Cosmetics. You can be kissed without kissable lips. Shop KissableLipsCosmetics.com today for all your beauty needs.
If I have a point, all I ask is that you sit on it. That's all I'm saying, because I think I'm on to something. But continue.
You might. I'll say this. I've never been the kind that will step over a good guy, but I will step over a short guy because I can't. I'm sorry, I won't.
Why?
Because there's nothing you can do for me.
Yeah, you can.
If I gotta reach everything in the top cabinet, there's nothing you can do for me, sir. No.
How tall are you?
I am 5'9".
You 5'9"? That's pretty good height for a woman.
Exactly. So we always, and then that's another thing we be struggling with, because taller men, for whatever reason, they want shorter women. And for some reason, short men want taller women. I'm like, what is wrong with you, Napoleon? I don't know.
If I was a short man, I would definitely want a taller woman because I can stand up and suck your titties. I don't got to bend down or do no type of inconvenience. Them titties right there for me to just drive by. All right, babe, I'm out. Like, you got to think about shit like that.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know yet. We're going to figure it out. I'm just saying that's a good titty grass.
No. The only way I can date a short man is if he's as tall as I am when he stand on his wallet. That's about it. Because no. It's like,
I like short women and tall women. I don't have like a preference of type of things. You know what I'm saying? But like tall women though, I got homies that's short, right?
Right.
And they be rocking with the short joints, and they like the challenge of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I feel like I can put you on my hip and carry you with me. I don't want it.
Shit, he gonna put something in that hip. You better
no,
stop.
I'm good. I'm good. Let's be real. Most women, I can't speak for all, but most women, we want to feel protected. So the issue for me is not necessarily, I mean, you can't help who your parents are in your DNA. The issue for me is I feel like I'm not protected if you're shorter than me. I feel like I'm protecting you.
Right. But a lot of short guys got big guns.
They better have a Uzi.
They protect. You know what I'm saying? They'll protect. You know what I'm saying? But like, you just need, especially when you need one of them short diesel dudes, so he can pick your ass up, and then you could be like, oh Lord, and like that'll make you feel like a little girl again. When you pick grown women up, it make them feel like they miss their daddy. Like, man, I wish my dad would. Like, it's triggering. It's good.
Cannot. Yes, it's official. You need Jesus.
No,
So, now, when did you know that you when did you get that itch to be a writer? Because like we were speaking of before, like when you started creating stuff, that you start writing. When did you know that you were a great writer? The
first Hump Day Romance that started going viral. Like, I was so amazed. I'm like, this is a real concept. You know, a lot of people can get away with like a little 5-second, 30-second type of, hey, I'm doing something slapstick funny. But I realized I was writing real intellectual content that was deep analogies. And I'm good at analogies, because that's how I kind of see things. You know how you was like, hey, the same way the analogy I just gave you about, you know, looking over nice guys and that sort of thing. It's like, it's comparisons and it come natural to me. So once it start hitting viral, and I'm just like, really? And it's not a concept that I bit off of. It's something that came from me. Well, you know, God dropped. So I'm just like, I'm a pretty good writer. I should keep doing this. Yeah. And then you learn, like, okay, everything you write ain't gonna be gold. No. But you realize, okay, I really got something. And then I went out to LA. Well, the first thing I did was, before I went out to LA, my videos were starting to get viral to the point where a manager found me in LA. She found my stuff on Facebook. She was like, hey, my client just shared one of your videos and I saw you and I thought you were great. And then I made a second season of Hump Day Romance. And this is how I knew it was really popping. The second season, I think I made maybe like 8 or 10 episodes, something like that. And I was like, before I put it on the internet, I want to test this. So I called the Funny Bone in Virginia Beach and I was like, hey, I got this amount of views on the thing. I want to do a night. And they was like, all right, we'll give you our deadest night. I was like, fuck it. All right, cool. Okay. And I went, showed 5 episodes of the show, had 2 comedians that were on the series come and do stand-up. And we packed the house out to the point when we had red carpet, everything. We packed the house out to the point where the managers and them was like, we don't have enough staff for these people. We thought you wasn't gonna bring shit. We've completely underestimated you. We thought this shit was going to flop. So I was like, thank you. Fuck you, but thank you. And it didn't flop. And I was cool because all kinds of people were in there, not just black. So I noticed it was this white couple. I call them Dan and Roseanne because they was real, look like Trump supporters, right? So they came up to me at the end of the show and was like, hey, we was outside and we didn't know what the hell we was getting ourselves into. We just saw the flyer and said, fuck it, we'll come on in. But God damn it, you're funny. You're funny. And the wife came in, oh yeah, you're so funny. We appreciate you. Little chocolate man.
Not little chocolate man.
I know, because I'm 6'1", ain't shit little about me, but it's cool. So I was like, well, thank you. And that's when I was like, wow, I can connect with all kinds of people. And that felt powerful. So, man, I fell in love with the pen. I'm still in love with the pen. But social media makes it hard sometimes when you know, it makes you not want to do it sometimes. But I'm in a space now where I'm ready to gear up and do a 3rd season of Hump Day Romance, bigger and better, introducing new comedians, new actresses, new faces. And I want to break the internet. I want to break it with what we're doing. So, you know, of course, your followers will be able to see the great Michelle C up there. We're going to get you a nice short man in a scene.
You know what? Why you got to do me like that?
Yeah, we're going to show him trying to get at you.
Oh, like fly that like a neck. Get your ass.
Yeah. That nigga, listen, I'm trying to tell you, when them short niggas, they convenient. You can pick them up, put them right here in your titties, and keep on walking. They convenient now.
Fun size nigga.
Fun size.
I'm good. We gonna figure it out.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't. Jesus.
No fun size niggas love to get behind women that are taller than them, and then it look like when the dogs try to hit the little dogs, and it just look weird.
You'd be like, get off of me.
You'd be like, shit, I didn't know you had all this. Go ahead, little man.
No, nigga, no.
Go ahead, little man.
No, not I. One thing I will say, if I don't want to do something, you gonna know.
Like,
I'll be nice about it, but nah, bro, we good.
he said, nah, sir, I don't want to be penetrated today, but thank you.
No, thank you. Give it to someone else.
No penetration. You like one of them big country dudes. You like one of them big country tractor driving niggas that can just pick you up under their arm and just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I be
like,
knowing.
Give me a 6'7", 6'8" nigga. Like, yes, he got to look like he can whoop everybody ass.
God damn, them type niggas. They either shooting or they fighting in the UFC or some shit like that.
That's all right. That way I know when it come down to it, he got my back. That's all that matters.
You right. Nah, any big nigga I see. Yeah.
I don't talk shit about nobody. I don't. Like I try my best. Like now I might think a lot of bullshit about people, but I'll never say it out loud. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But sometimes my intrusive thoughts come to fruition, and see if I talk slick too much, then I got to make sure somebody got my back. Because if I can't beat them by myself, I need somebody to help me.
Oh yeah. You know what? And I hate when women do that. I hate when you go out, we out, and you decide and you gonna talk shit, and for the both, and then now I'm thrown in this motherfucker. Like, wait, hold up. I came out with white slides on. I got flip flops on. I came out to get some Starbucks. You done got into it with these goddamn people. Now I gotta go to war. Listen, man.
Yeah, you gotta protect my honor. What we doing?
It's a lot of niggas in jail from women like you. It's a lot of niggas in jail. How you get here, Slim? Shit, my girl motherfucking started off, then I had to defend her honor. My ass get locked up. Where she at? Out free, getting drilled by the next nigga?
I no, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a shit starter, but I'm the type of person, if you start, I'll finish. I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm leaving everybody the fuck alone. But I promise you, if you start with me, I am going to light your ass up. So
you look heavy-handed. You look heavy-handed.
I am.
You look like you would get into it, one of those Instagram model bitches that talk shit, and you'd be like, bitch. And like, you look like you get into it with Instagram model bitches.
No, you know what? I don't. Let me tell you, people come for me sometimes for no reason. Like, it's been, okay, I'll tell you this. Me and, you know, Rod.
Uh-huh.
We did a video that went viral. We had 3 million views right now. And
no.
like, I'm just minding my business. And then, you know, you're going to have some good with the bad. And the only thing that keeps me from like going in is because number one is on his platform. The only thing I can't stand is that I can't hide the comments, because I want to hide the comments just so I won't be triggered, because my trigger finger is ready and it's locked and loaded, and I'm ready to go in on every last one.
Oh, so you talking about the comment section?
Yes. And I'll be like,
no.
bruh, there's so many things that I can say. I was like, see, I don't want to say nothing because it's like that's one way they'll flag your stuff. And I'm just like, it's not even worth my time because I'm fussing with people that I don't even know. But when I go click to see who's talking shit, I'll be like, nigga, if I saw you in real life, I'll light your ass up to the earth. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, it's a waste of time because I don't know them, they don't know me. But I really want to square up with their ass for real.
So the comment section really bothers you?
Yes, especially when you like it bothers me when it's like the content is just for what it's supposed to be for, to laugh and kiki. It's not to pick at people.
Yeah.
So like y'all coming in there with the cyberbully, and I'm just like, but y'all don't know, nigga, I'm a big bully. Whatever the fuck you want to say, but bitch, I can go there with you. So it's like I be trying not to go there with you, but I was like, if I went there with they would ban the whole page because I wouldn't stop. I would just tag it. I would keep, and your mama, nigga, I would have tagged their whole life. I'd have came for their unborn child. It's just like, you know what? It's not even worth my energy when you can just block them. But the only issue is I can't block them because it's on his page. Because when it comes to my page and I'm putting shit up and people don't like, if they don't like whatever I put or whatever, cool. If I don't like what they comment, delete, block, move, and I can. But it's when you can't do nothing about it and you keep seeing, I'm just like, oh Lord, let me just learn the ignore button because everything in my body want to wear their ass out right now.
I kind of like that though. Like, you know, I've been, from the moment I got on the internet, 2012, I've experienced like real hate. Like comment section, that's kiddie land. Have you ever been on a black woman's blog site where they put your picture in your video with a headline to say, this ignorant black man doesn't love black women? No. What? Zeus, Mr. Love Black Women, Mr. Raised by Black Women? What are you talking about, man? And that's what happened when I first came on the internet. Some people didn't understand my sarcasm in Hump Day Romance, and that I write very satirical a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And so because they were looking for more slapstick in your face, and you had to really think about it, it's like, nah, I doubled down. I kept making shit. And Then the people from that blog went to go watch it and was like, oh, no, it ain't that bad. Actually, like, it's kind of funny. Oh, I get what he's saying. So I like, all publicity is not good publicity, but most of it is, in my opinion, like, because I don't take things personally. That's what I tell my friends. Like right now, you know, we on Queen's Court, right? So you got the guys who have never been on TV before, done anything. So they're just now looking at the comments, which I don't really subscribe. I don't suggest people do often. Yeah. I don't suggest you look at the comments unless you built Ford tough. Right. But you know, they're like, oh, they're responding to it. Like I think one blogger was like, yeah, these guys are the bottom of the barrel. And it was the same girl that Michael B. Jordan checked on the red carpet, and she called him corny when they were in school. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, L'Oreal. Yeah. Yeah. It was the same girl that was like, yeah, these guys are bottom of the barrel. And I'm looking at her like, shorty, well, what are you? The barrel? Well, hey. What are we talking about? Like, but you know, I don't like to spread that type of energy, but, and I didn't say anything back, but I just say all that to say, like, people are going to be negative to push a headline. And unfortunately, that's what people do. So anyway, I don't be caring because these people I can't take it personally if you don't know me personally. You see what I'm saying? If it wasn't me and you swap somebody else, you would say the same thing. So I look at it like, hey, and plus the comment section, if you really got a strong fan base, they'll check the person for you when you ain't even got to say nothing. So I let my commenters go at it and have their debates, and I don't need to say nothing because my job is to evoke emotion. That's my job. No, you're absolutely correct. Because just what you said, like, even though that came from his page, and there's some people that's commenting because I'm tagged in it that know me, they will say whatever. And then there's people that don't even know me, they just will say some shit like, hey, leave her the fuck alone. Who the fuck are you? So yeah, I mean, it's a double, headed sword, but it's still kind of like, nigga, we got feelings too, though. It's like, but in this though, we need to take our feelings out. And here's why. Because if someone knows you personally, then it's personal. Yeah. It ain't personal. Like you, right? You know what I'm saying? It's not, if I'm having a bad day and I'm giving you attitude on this thing right here, it wouldn't have mattered who you were. I was there having a bad day. Correct. You see what I'm saying? So it reminds me of a book that I read called The 4 Agreements. And it's a really dope book, and people should check it out. But one of the agreements are nothing anyone says or does has anything to do with you. That's their life, what they got going on. They were going to do it, say it anyway. It's their energy. So I take that with me when it comes to this. Art is subjective. Even with this show, Queen's Court, right? Some people are going to say this show is amazing. Some people are going to say, man, this joint is trash. It's art. And so are we. You can interpret me however you like. I'm art. Enjoy. Interpret me however you like, love. That's for that. But do I have to care? No. Do I have to respond? No. Am I responsible for what you see of me? No. And that's the freeing part of it. So I tell my friends, sometimes the homies, they call me like, man, you saw what they said about us on season 2. I'm like, nah, people been calling me more now. And I don't like it. I don't. You don't blew up and now you figure all the attention that come with it. I have had success in our industry before. Okay. So when the highs get highs and the lows get lows, I try to just stay in the middle. So I try not to let the highs get me too high and the lows get me too low. So I'm appreciative of this moment. I'm thankful and grateful for it. But I know that tomorrow I might fall on my face. So let me just be thankful for it and just kind of keep it pushing. So it's cool. I like it. But sometimes, people will call you and chat you up, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing that people are into it. You just notice that when you don't have anything going on, nobody's really calling as much. And, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. That's the entertainment. Did you experience that? That's the entertainment industry, period. It's just like when you got some, people always want to be in the know-how of when you got something going on. When you ain't doing shit, they ain't worried about you. They ain't checking on you. But as soon as it look like you're doing, they making moves. Let me go call them. You'd be like, right. Yeah. Yeah. I usually stay solid with my relationships though. Like, people like yourself, we check in with each other every now and again just to make sure how everybody's doing, what's going on. So it's a hard business to be in, man, because you're doing a lot of shit by yourself. Absolutely. And you don't know who's fake and who's real. You don't. And in this industry, you need relationships. Yeah. You need relationships. Like I'm always the one putting together the productions. I'd be like, damn, it'd be nice if somebody like Zeus, I got something I want to put you in, and we got our own followers and whatever, and all you got to do is show up and just be you. Perfect.
Yeah.
But as producers and directors and writers like we are, comedians and such, we only get better by doing and practicing. So I just look at it like, you know what, Zeus? Everybody has their role in this. Some people are going to be on camera talent. Some people are going to be behind the scenes and put things together. I'm going to do all I can while I'm alive, regardless of the views or anything like that, because I got people close to me, my sister, my niece, aunts, my cousin, people who are not here anymore that are either my age or younger than me. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. And I'm just like, damn, like as much as we think people be thinking about us, ain't nobody thinking about us. Not as much as we think they are.
That part.
They are not thinking about us as much as we think they are. So we be really worrying about, man, I don't want to do this because people aren't going to like it, or what are people going to say? People ain't going to say shit.
Right.
So just do it, do it, do it. That's it.
Guess what? Kandid Kisses TV has merch. That's right. You can find it at artistperiod.com. We have everything you need. We have hoodies. We have coffee mugs. We even have throw pillows and beach towels for the summer. Get it right. Keep it tight. Listen, everything you need to get your drip right, artistperiod.com has it for you. That's artistperiod.com. Get your drip right with artistperiod.com and Kandid Kisses TV. Make sure you get it today.
Well, because we've been talking about the Queen's Court for quite some time. So now, how did you hear about the opportunity to be on the Queen's Court?
Producer found me on Instagram on Explore page, one of my videos.
That was it? It was just that simple?
Yeah, it was. I was on a commercial, like a local commercial I was doing here in Virginia. And I looked at my Instagram. It was like, hey, I'm such and such, and I'm on producing this dating show, reality show. You know, I didn't think it was real at first, but now she was like, here's my number. So I called her, listened to that. I was like, I'll think about it. And I talked to some of the homies, content creator homies or whatever, filmmakers. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I was like, I don't do reality TV. I'm very shy and private when it comes to dating. Okay. I'm very private about my shit. And I was like, I don't want no love and hip hop shit. Yeah. I don't want to love him. So I called my homie, Jay Horn, and Jay Horn was like, I was like, Jay, should I, I'm thinking about doing this. I don't really know. And I was like, it's a show and they want me on it. He was like, are they going to pay you? I was like, I don't know. I should ask. But he was like, well, if they, if it's something good, like, he's like, nigga, how many other shows are knocking on your door right now to put you on TV? And I was like, wait a second.
Right.
Nobody. Okay. And he was like, do it. And I was like, okay, you right. That makes sense. So yeah, I did it, and it was cool. I'm glad I did it. So yeah, they found me on Instagram. I heard another brother on the show, they found him on a dating app.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So go on dating apps, I guess. I haven't been on dating apps in a minute.
There was one dude that I recognized on the show outside of you, which was, I want to say his name was Elam.
Dr. Elam, yeah.
Yeah, I recognized him. He was on like the Pop Balloon
the Balloon show. Yep.
And I was just like, okay. And it was interesting to see him on this platform and see, like, I guess, I don't know if that was, a persona or that's his real personality, but it was interesting to see both sides. Cause like, on the Pop the Balloon show, it was more, I felt where he was coming from, but I don't know. It was interesting. I don't know how to describe it, but it was interesting to see both sides.
So he actually did the Pop the Balloon show second. And did the Queen's Court thing first. Okay. It's just the Pop the Balloon is the internet show, so it came out quicker than Queen's Court. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't seen a lot of his viral clips. I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen comments of how people are perceiving, Dr. Elam on the show. And we on the same show. He and I have never met in person type of thing. I have a recap show that I'm doing for Queen's Court, and the first episode is up. So I was talking about getting him up there, but yeah, Dr. Elam is a very interesting gentleman. Some people like him, interesting, and Some people, you know, kind of think he's like a villain or something. I don't know.
I guess it's probably because of the perception that you get from him on the Pop Your Balloon show. Because it's like, even though whatever his feedback was, most friends that I have are guy friends, and they feel like they look at me like the sister, the homegirl, and I guess I'm like a guy's girl or whatever. Yeah. And so I understood where he was coming from in most of his responses. So being a female, I wasn't offended by it, but I just feel like maybe he could have been more gentler in his response. But I wasn't offended by it. I was like, he made some good points.
Well, I mean, he asked one of the girls, who is your dentist? Who does your dentist work?
And Jador, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Dr. Elam, it's such a tragedy because you are so handsome. I feel like you are extremely arrogant, and I feel like you're probably gonna have a hard time because you seem like the type, like a know-it-all type of guy. And sometimes you have to be careful with that because even when you know it all, you don't know everything.
Who's your dentist?
Who is my dentist? Not you, sweetheart. And I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I'm not your dentist.
Yeah.
Your dentist work. I'm like, Sade, you playing with these women. You playing in these women's face, Slim. Like, but to me, and like I say, I don't know Dr. Elam, much love to him or anything like that. But I when I was looking at the comments of how he's perceived, it was like somebody said he come off like a mean girl. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Like, yeah, he kind of came off like mean girls a little bit type of thing. But, maybe that was his intention. Maybe he wanted to go on and create a viral moment.
This is what I'm saying. The reason I didn't take offense to what he was saying or how he was saying it, because you got to look at how the show is built. Right. The show is built kind of in negativity. Yeah. Like you're pop them if you don't like them, pop them if you ugly. It's already building that, like, come with your snappy type of personality.
Right. It's public. You're being decided upon in public in a kind of, an exciting way, like pop. Like when a balloon pops, you go like that. So it's jarring, right? So every time somebody doesn't like you, it's like gunshots, pop, pop, pop. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. Well,
so if you got and you most of the time, I'll say men be like, well, y'all women be coming hard on us. And truth be told, most of the women that come on there, they're coming in with the attitude like, yes, I'm the prize, I'm that chick, whatever. So it's like, as a man, it's just like you're used to that, but at the same time, I don't have to take this shit. So that's kind of how I felt. His responses was like, nigga, I don't have to take this shit. Not that he was being an ass. I was just like, nigga, the same way the energy you give me is what you're gonna get back. Right. Yeah, absolutely. He could have been like very genuine about what he was doing and saying, in the case may be. I think it was a little bit of, I think, I don't know him, but the way it looked like the delivery and what he was saying, like, I felt like he was my man knew what he was doing. Exactly.
I know you need therapy.
Okay.
I think we all need therapy, but it takes a certain level of humility to admit it. And if you can't admit it, then, well, you definitely need therapy.
Okay, sure.
And why do you think she needs? I know you said everyone needs it, but why are you telling her specifically that you think she needs it?
Well, I think we're all giving a bit of constructive criticism, and it seems like you're taking it harshly, which means you have a level of insecurity that needs to be talked with a third party.
Okay.
My man knew what he was doing.
Exactly.
He knew what he was doing. That's what I'm
saying. Like I wasn't offended by what he said. It was just he might have used a gentler approach, but
right. But on Queen's Court, you can't really do that because you're at risk of getting eliminated. But in his situation, he was doing the whole in a position of, I guess, power, so to speak, to be like, hey, So yeah, it went viral, and that's probably because. If it was a woman that told a man, like, reverse that thing, it wouldn't have gone as viral as much because for years and decades, women have been telling men off. Yeah. For years and decades. It is not new. But it's very new to hear a man stand up for himself or even, like, push back on certain traditional things that's been said that's just never been challenged. But I think he was talking shit to go viral a little bit. I think his delivery. I think he was being a little extra sassy, a little bit, and it worked for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a smart dude. And I'm sure it worked for him. Even on Queen's Court, he's a little sassy on Queen's Court. You know what I'm saying? I didn't meet him because when I got on the show, he had already been eliminated. So I never, got a chance to meet the brother, but much love to him. But yeah, definitely some sassy energy.
This is true. This is true. Now,